All right, Cossack Crazies. Welcome in to the beginning of another coach's show here at Sioux Valley High School. I am Jason Salzman, part of Salz Media, and we are going to do a coach's show today. Should take about an hour, is what we're thinking, about a half hour with each side. And then, we're just going to talk about what's been going on the last week or two, what's been going on last night with the matchups against Castlewood, and then what we have moving forward. We also have to celebrate some seniors, as last night here in the Cossack Center, it was the last regular season home game. So we've got seniors to celebrate today as well. Talk to them. We've got some gifts from my Bball brand's regular job, so I got some laughing cow for the seniors today. And just talk about everything that we can. We'll talk about all four of those. What's happening, what's going on with the South Dakota Score Feed app, and where some of these standings are as far as our region play that'll fire up next week. We do have one more game tomorrow night. It is on the road. We'll go to Garrettson and play the Blue Dragons, so we'll go through that as well. All sorts of fun stuff. We're just waiting for whatever team wants to come up here first. I told them 3 o'clock. It is 3 o'clock, so we are rolling. Our coaches show today, as always, our exclusive presenter, Bankstar Financial. With locations in Volga, Brookings, and Elkton, Bankstar provides big-time business with a small-town feel. Looking to finance a home? Need a car loan? How's your retirement plan looking? Stop in today to chat with the local professionals. Bankstar Financial, bank on the bright side. Bankstar Financial, a proud sponsor of Sioux Valley Athletics and the Salz Media broadcast. So we're just waiting for the squads to show up here. Other sponsors, Bball Brands, the parent company of our laughing cow that's sitting right there. I just brought our squads a couple of bags of cheese from our employee store as well, so that's fun. The kids love that. Bball Brands sponsors the opening tip and is part of the coaches show here. CC's Bar and Grill, downtown Volga. Amazing Chislik Burgers and Chicken. Good friends, good food, good time. CC's Bar and Grill, another proud sponsor. GP Auto, another proud sponsor. They're on the east side of Brookings for all your car repair needs. Head out there. Grant and Friends will get you back on the road. Located on the east side of Brookings by Tektronix. Call and schedule your car appointment today. Sponsor of our halftime show this year, Health Source Chiropractic. Justin and Luke, head on out there. They're on 22nd Avenue in Brookings, across from the water tower. Health Source Chiropractic, man. Thanks for being a sponsor of the show. That's fantastic. Precision Risk Management, that is Dave Squire's crop assistance from the local pros. Call David today to ensure your farm's future. Shorty's Hot Box Food Truck, another proud sponsor. Big or small, Shorty's Hot Box can serve a group from their food truck, or they love attending festivals and fairs. Contact Kim for a customized quote. Amazing customer service with great food that serves super fast. And our player of the game sponsor this year, and this has gone over as gangbusters type stuff, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, a proud sponsor of everything that we do. And they've been offering free smoothies to the player of the game. Last night's player of the game on the boys' side is walking around in the background there, so he'll be with us to chat shortly. Tropical Smoothie Cafe, located on 6th Street across from the Hillcrest Aquatic Center. Enjoy delicious smoothies, craveable wraps and sandwiches, and savory sides. That player of the game gets a gift certificate for a free smoothie. Other sponsors we get to thank, and these are both late additions, but fantastic additions at the same time. Every time we get into that South Dakota Score Feed app on the broadcast or what we'll be doing today, that is sponsored by Back Alley Meats right here in downtown Volga. Small town quality with a big city selection. It's also brought to us by Buster's Auto Brokers in Mitchell, right on the corner, right on the price. So thank you to both of those fine businesses for sponsoring into this. We also get to thank Nick's Hamburgers, the legendary hamburger spot in downtown Brookings. Jimmy John's, the freaky fast sub shop in 6th Street in Brookings. Noah Cashclair putting his big mug right in the camera.
Big East game tomorrow, Salty. Let's go.
Jimmy John's, the freaky fast sub shop right on 6th Street in Brookings. The Man Cave Barbershop, the unofficial SDSU football team haircutters. Alicia and friends can take care of you at Man Cave Barbershop. And Turf Guard Lawn Service. Get a jump on next year's lawn care by having Turf Guard Lawn Service sponsor your lawn and take care of all the fertilization, the lawn care, everything you need out there. Turf Guard can take care of you. Those are our sponsors. As we roll through this, we'll thank them again for sure as we roll through the show. I just want to give you a quick recap of what happened last night. We did have the Castlewood Warriors in town last night. On the girls' side, they played well once again. Amari Ward was fantastic last night. She was the player of the games for Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Absolutely incredible. Scoring, 3-pointers, defense, steals, assists. She even had a block last night. So Amari Ward, our player of the game on the girls' side, they got a big win, 70-51. They moved to 15-4 on their season. So as they roll into Garrettson tomorrow night, it'll be a matchup with the Blue Dragons, who are 5-14 on their season. So we have high hopes that we can do all sorts of fun stuff against those Garrettson Blue Dragons. I think I have someone who wants to join out here. First up, I don't care. Yeah. Jump in the old hot seat. The head coach of the girls squad, Mr. Jamie Granum. How
Good
you
to be
doing,
back
man?
with you. It seems like we just left the radio.
It did, just maybe a little over 12 hours ago, I guess, but it works out pretty well.
Good to be back.
Yeah, it's not any warmer outside.
It's not.
That drive,
It's
I mean,
not.
I guess it was in the positive single digits, just not
Right.
anywhere close to
But
springtime.
if we look
temperature.
ahead, it's we're kind of on the way out of winter.
We are. This should be the last
Kinda on the way out
ridiculous
of winter.
stretch,
Yep.
right?
Yep, I hope so.
That's the hope. Last night versus Castlewood, a big win, 19-point win over the Warriors. A good win. It was a total team effort. Balanced scoring as well. You had 4 girls in double figures again last night. I was just talking about Amari Ward. She was our player of the game last night. She was unbelievable. We'll talk about your senior here in a little bit, but talk to me about everyone else putting in a total effort last night against Castlewood.
Amari from the beginning of the season to where she is now, just every part. Obviously she was skilled coming to us, but just the mental side. I think she has grown so much as a player, as a person, kind of knowing when to turn it on and when to turn it off. There's been so much growth with her. Just the mental side of the game. And in a game like this, I think that, they always, even at the upper levels, they always say, hey, if the mental ever meets the physical, you've got something really special. And Amari is dynamic, how she can impact the game on the defensive end. And, almost before every game, it's, you go, we go, because defensively, she creates so many problems, free throw line extended. And then her teammates behind her are, they're watching that too, and hey, I want to get after it a little
I
bit.
think they're learning from that.
We are a really improved defensive team overall.
Yeah.
And that is
Was that you? Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
and that is
So fancy with your wristwatch.
yeah, and that is that's Amari on the defensive end. Because if you can guard out front, and then we have we have a rim protector inside.
Mm-hmm.
A year ago with the boys, you watched Alex Squires and what he could do defensively for them.
Right.
It just made everybody else's job easier. And I think Amari, in a sense, is the opposite of Alex Squires. She's doing it out front a little bit.
Yep.
And but she's just a dynamic player. What we get out of her now on offense has been really good. It's stuff we've seen in practice where her shooting has progressively gotten better throughout the season.
Yeah.
All the work she's put in, the shooting we do at practice every single day, it's all coming out to being she's a really, really good basketball player.
Now, defensively, you can teach things all you want to. It's up to the players to take advantage of that. But she has some instincts out there that you don't see a lot of other point guards having. She just has that, what's the cliche, the nose for the basketball. She knows where it's at. She knows how to attack it. Her hands are so fast, too. She gets a lot of steals that way.
She's instinctive. She's athletic. She's willing to take some risks, which some players just naturally are a little bit more cautious on the defensive end. And Amari's, it's like, we're more having to hold her back than anything else. Where other players that we have on our roster, it's like, hey, can we get more out of you defensively? And part of it comes back to, I think also, they might not say this ever, to you or even to me, is about trusting the people behind you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And I think there's some of that, too, going on with, hey, Amari, hey, I trust if I do get beat, one, I'm going to recover myself, and then secondly, I've got teammates behind me that are going to pick me up. So
one of those is someone who we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But when you go out front there's Liberty Trigstead, who I think is picking up on some of these defensive skills. She's getting steals all the time, assists as well as a point guard. Talia Vincent doing the same. Those three up front, they really do create a lot of matchup problems for every team you go against. It's fun to watch.
Sit here and you brought her up first, so I'll go a little bit about her. But Liberty Drake said, "How do you not love her?"
Yeah.
Like honestly, you watch this girl play at 5'4", 5'5".
Yeah.
The effort and what she's made herself into as a basketball player is like impressive. Like because of the work she's put in. Off seasons and before practice, after practice. Another cliche saying "tough as nails." Well, she's tough as nails. I mean, this girl would run through a wall for her teammates, for her team, for me. The trust I have in her is really high, and it kind of spreads throughout. You watch her team and it's just like, how do you not love watching these girls play because of the way they play, the way from the unselfishness like we talked about last night to the way they move the basketball, which speaks about their unselfishness. So it's obviously it's been a lot of fun because winning is fun, and winning forever has masked every other thing wrong in a program that you can ever describe. When you lose, things kind of pile up a little bit. Lots more second guessing when you lose, as you know from being around any sport of any nature whatsoever. So we've been fortunate. I mean, we've had some challenges. We still are kind of looking for that game out there that on paper, because the mark of always, I think, a good program, just in my opinion, is winning a game you shouldn't win.
Okay.
And I don't know if we have one of those yet on our schedule. We talk about close games and stuff like that. Well, close doesn't cut it when games
Right.
coming up in the postseason can send you home. And
Yeah,
so
right.
we still haven't crossed or gotten over that hump yet.
Okay.
So we're looking for one of those where you come in as a so-called on paper underdog. And I know it's high school basketball, and
Sure.
on any given night, any team can probably beat any team just with an injury or someone gets hot or but when you have some all-state caliber players like we have, it's hard to go in one of those deep slumps because we're so well-rounded and we're so balanced offensively, and then defensively, like we've talked about, we're getting some things done. And whereas in years past, if you watch Sioux Valley girls, we haven't been very good defensively, and that probably falls more on my shoulders than the girls' shoulders. I feel that's a part of the game that I'm still growing as a coach with, and trying to coach it better. But we talk things like, hey, mismatches won't beat us, but open shots will.
Right.
So, I watch SDSU Division I women's basketball, and I've been to a few of their practices. They switch every single screen. So you start thinking about their point guard on the other team's big. They're getting it done. They're getting it done just by switching every screen at that level. So it's back to that mentality of mismatches. Mismatches won't beat us, but open shots will.
We'll go into the paint then. We'll talk about the other two starters that you have. One of them is a Division I athlete. The other one is just a fantastic Cossack that you can brag about all you want to. We bragged about it a little bit last night in the postgame show, but let's talk about the USD commit first, Kaylee Craddock. It was her and Kira Cruz last night, and you can see it from time to time. They don't get the opportunity a lot, but they do have a nice little high-low game. One of them is on the foul line. They're looking for the other down on the block, and they just feed off each other so well doing that.
They play very well together, probably because they like each other. And
right. That helps, yeah.
In girls basketball, you kind of bond before you battle.
Okay.
Whereas, when you talk to the boys here, they can battle and then bond. But in girls, it might be a little bit different in that regard. So, number one, they like each other. They like playing together. They trust each other. All of the stuff on top of, as you know, you've said it many times on your broadcast, is how talented they are. So then you throw that on the top of it. Kaylee Craddock impacts the game like no other I've had here at Sioux Valley.
In like 5 different ways, right? I mean, it's offense, it's defense, it's adjusting someone else, and that is just as good as getting a block shot. When someone comes into her and goes, "Oh crap, I can't do that," that's just as big. But she can steal it, she can assist it, she does it all, man.
Last night she had 7 steals, and the biggest compliment you can probably get as a player with her and Talia being chased last night in a little triangle and 2.
Right.
It's not the first time we've seen that, but it's a big compliment that when other teams are watching film and watching us and other coaches are talking about us, they're saying, hey, we've got to. We can't let Kaylee Craddock and Talia Vincent beat us.
Yeah.
We are going to be okay if those other three beat us. And, I'll call that bluff and say our other three can beat you.
Yeah,
So
it happened last
we have proven it. So I hope and I kind of not it's more than hope. I just know that will go forward. So
it happened last night with a 19-point victory. They tried that from time to time. It just you couldn't stop all 5 of them.
Kaylee Craddock. Words that come to my mind: gym rat, loves basketball. The coachability of her is at next level. I've been around a few Division I athletes, and they have a little different mindset and mentality talking to a coach.
Okay.
There's an approach that they have that is just, it's different. It's hard to describe, but it's just different with how absorbed and knowledgeable and they want to be coached hard. They
like
want
a
to be
sponge,
pushed.
kind of, yeah.
So the Division I tag also goes along with the Division I person, and I've kind of said that before about Kaylee. So super proud of her. Yeah.
This will move on to the senior that we have out here, Kira Cruz, who is just as dynamic as any player that's come through this gymnasium. Should be probably up for an all-state selection, but she just doesn't get the point. She doesn't get all the rebounds. She doesn't superstar at one thing, but she's so good at all of it. And one of the funnest things that I see her do, and this is just me as a fan, watching her get a defensive rebound and then just start running the floor and watching that offense open up out there. And you said it last night, having the vision to find those open shooters out there. What a weapon for your team to have.
Yeah, unbelievable court vision out of someone with that height and size. What makes her really good is her leadership again. The on the court stuff to me is easy to talk about, but sometimes the people, the people that are listening to you and you've talked about her, but just what she brings outside of that. Whether that's hey, we got to do this better, or hey, what she's came up to me before and we're pretty open with each other and always looking for ways to get, hey, what can we do different? What is there a different defense we can play and things like that. So she's very knowledgeable about the game, and you can just tell that she's been around basketball a long time.
Yeah.
She's played in thousands of games, and that's what you get, the longevity of her doing it. And then obviously on the floor she is she's an impactful player on both ends.
Yeah.
You're your own outlet type transition type team. So if you get an outlet, you're supposed to break out and go. We're sending our point guard Talia Vincent down the floor. So that's kind of our program philosophy, and she's really taken that on to lead a lot of breaks because she gets a lot of rebounds.
Oh yeah,
And she's very efficient. She's 55 to 60% plus field goal percentage. She's leading our team in free throw percentage this year at over 80%.
Okay.
So very, very efficient. Our biggest thing with Kira is we need to have her on the floor as much as possible.
Yep.
And she knows that. We know that, and together we need to come together. And how do we manage it? How do we keep someone this important to our team on the floor for 28 of the 32 minutes,
Right.
26 of the 32 minutes, instead of having a few games this season where we ended up, hey, we were at Kira for 10, 11, 12 minutes. You know, where can I trust her? Situations put her in to keep her on the floor.
The assistant game to start off the season was one of those. She got in foul trouble early. She had to sit for so much of it. It was the other all-state center that was on that citizen squad that just kind of took over.
She did. We didn't have any matchup against her.
No.
And in hindsight, I don't in that game, it felt like so long ago, but maybe didn't prepare us for mentally what we were going to go into in the assistant game.
But there's lessons you take from that and bring it in the rest of the season. And
For
we're at the spoils of it right now. It's a 15-4 record, one game left to go. Garrettson tomorrow night, and I think a 5-14 Garrettson team will play tomorrow night.
Yep.
That's last game of the regular season. Regions is right around the corner. Let's just talk about that Garrettson game then. What do we do? What are we looking for? What are we preparing for against the Blue Dragons?
They typically play a lot of zone defense.
Okay.
They typically also full court 2-2-1 press.
Okay.
Probably doesn't matter. When you're I've been in that situation when you've had a 5-14 team, you don't game plan as much with a 5-14 team. You're so you're so focused on yourself.
Yeah.
And I've kind of spun that, I look at our practice plan today and most of it is just on us. How we're attacking pressure. Can we get a little bit better at sets? We've got a couple of situations defensively that I want to try to clean up, but just work on purposeful things. So they've got a really nice guard, a Williams girl. I mean, I anticipate us going to Garrettson and getting a win, and staying healthy is important, and those types of things, and then having a couple of practices, over the weekend to prepare us for Tuesday night.
It was something we talked about maybe a week or two ago of it doesn't matter who the other squad is. We bring what we bring to you. You defend us rather than the other way around.
Yeah, it's a situation that our program hasn't been in a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, we just haven't. This is again a situation where you said is this is who we are. Obviously, there's in-game adjustments, but this is who we are. And then now you have to come out and try to attack it. And when again, put 5 really good basketball players on the floor, and defensively and offensively, and it's a nice situation to be in as a coach.
Well, it should be a lot of fun. That's the last regular season game. Region's right around the corner. We'll see how it shakes out through the weekend. Thanks for visiting, man.
Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow night.
We got players all over the place that we're going to talk to here.
I want to put a little plug in for Kira. I invited Kira on, and she has lost her voice.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see how we do at practice today. So I had Kira come in, and I did round up a couple of players here. So a couple of
I appreciate
really good guards. So
the presents that we have for the 4 seniors today is the Laughing Cow from Bball Brands.
Okay.
So that was out of our employee store. So all 4 seniors are getting one of those. Whatever's
you
left.
spoil us, Salty. You spoil us.
Whatever's left after we have our conversation today, that's what Kira will get.
Appreciate it. I hope your family is all well and everything too. So
we're gonna do okay. Yeah,
appreciate
surgery tomorrow for Dad, but still unsure if I'm gonna be in Garrettson tomorrow night. Just logistically, I don't know how we're gonna pull that off.
Take care of him. Take care of him. That's important.
We will do that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. That is the head coach, Jamie Granum, visiting here on the girls' side. Who's first? Did you guys flip a coin? Who do you want to go? Let's do the girls first, since we got girls out here. Coach Vincent, he's always in such a hurry,
No kidding.
Amari Ward, hi. You're the player of the game from last night. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Did you get your gifts fit? Kira had it. She was going to hand it to you.
Yeah, she gave it to me.
There we go.
Already used it.
Fantastic. See? That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, it was
I hope
good.
you guys are using these things. Last night was a big win for you guys. We talked about it a little bit with Kira, with head coach. What were your thoughts last night?
I thought it was a good game. Fast paced. Just got to run in transition a lot.
There you go. Yeah. For you, the reason you got player of the game, you had points, obviously. That always helps. But you were so good defensively last night. I don't even know how many steals you had. Did you hear the number?
I want to say maybe 4 or 5.
Really?
Something like that.
It seemed like more. Maybe I was just counting them up in my head, and it seemed like more than that.
I don't know. I thought 4 or 5, but maybe it was more.
It was steals. It was rebounds last night. It was assists. You were kind of doing everything a little bit, and that's why you got player of the game, because it was a fantastic game for you. Did it feel like that for you? Of everything is working tonight. Everything is going well. Is that how it felt?
Yeah, I just kind of felt like everything was clicking.
Okay. Well, a fantastic win over Castlewood last night moves you to 15-4. You ever been 15-4 with all the teams you've been on?
Probably more fouls. Probably more fouls.
All right then. Well, Garrettson tomorrow night. We just talked with head coach Jamie Granum what we're kind of expecting. They bring kind of a full court pressure type of deal. That doesn't scare you at all, does it?
No.
Full court pressure. They will try to play zone once they get into the half court. That shouldn't scare you guys either. I've seen you guys shoot threes. All of you can do it. Even Kira Cruz has a couple of 3-pointers on her season. So
Yep.
should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to be there. My family's got a health situation going on, but I don't know if I'll be there yet.
Well, we'll help you are.
I hope I am too, but I just don't know what's going to happen. For the rest of the season, it's one more regular season game. Talk about the impact that these teammates have had on you. How have they made you better as a basketball player?
They push me a lot. Kira pushes me. Every single person there pushes me a lot. They keep my head up. They make me want to be a better player.
That's a big compliment there. Wow.
Yeah.
One more to go then with Garrettson. Then we'll go into region play. In some of the other teams that you've been on before you got to Sioux Valley, were you part of the varsity squads at Brookings or?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do region play? Does AA do region play? I don't even know. I never did AA.
So
I mean, were you
it goes
part of?
it just goes like the Sweet 16 type stuff.
Okay, you were part of some postseason runs, but
Yeah.
have you been in this kind of spot for a postseason run? Were you sitting at 15-4, maybe 16-4, going to the postseason?
We were the underdogs.
Okay,
So we ended up matching up with Brandon Valley.
okay. Well, then we'll make you the favorites this year. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
We'll flip it on you.
Sounds good.
Try it that way. That is Amari Ward. We're going to see where this is what happens. The background guys, they're always snapping photos. They're always
know.
sharing things. It's weird.
No photography, please.
Oh, boy. Here we go. See, we're in mid-show, Coach. Ugh, these guys, I tell you.
I know. He didn't even ask us.
Didn't even ask. Just throws his phone up there. Hey, look at me.
He's very proud of his phone. Brand new.
Well, great. Fantastic. I need a new phone. Maybe I should get something. We'll get some sponsorships and good phones for us.
All right.
I'll get Apple to sponsor us for next year and see what happens.
All right.
That's going to be a tough sales pitch. Is Talia coming to visit with us as well? Or,
Yes.
Okay. Well, then, thank you for visiting. Congrats on the win last night. Good luck in Garrettson tomorrow night. I'll hope to be there. That's about all I can get.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Amari Ward, I'll take those from you. We'll talk to Talia Vincent and then head it off to the boys' side of things. Talia, the killer, the assassin. Have you heard some of these things that I've been calling you on these broadcasts?
Yeah,
The assassin. Do you like that?
sure.
I mean, you make threes. That's what you do. You had nothing in the first half. Just nothing went in, and then you had three in a row last night, just maybe within like 2 minutes of each other. That's what
Yeah.
you can do as a shooter. Is there something on the size of the basket that you do? I mean, you just keep shooting until they start falling, and then the basket gets really big. Is that kind of how it looks for you?
I mean, I guess sometimes, I don't know. If I miss one, I just try to move on, like put it in the back of my mind and don't remember it.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know.
Shooter's mentality. Just
Yeah.
keep shooting. He goes on the everybody eats type of mantra that your team has.
Yes.
Last night, 4 girls in double figures. You were one of those with your big second half. We've talked a little bit in some of those post-game shows where you've been up of just how balanced you guys are, how well you guys play together. What are your thoughts on how well you guys play together?
I just think we know each other so well, and our team is so close this year that it makes it easy to play, like around those girls and just sharing the ball and knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses, and it just makes it really fun to play.
Kira Cruz, your lone senior, she does everything. I've mentioned in those broadcasts, I love how she gets a rebound that just takes off. We've talked about it in the post-game
Yeah.
shows as well. What a weapon to have. What a teammate to have.
Yeah.
Makes your job easier. You don't have to bring it up the floor. You can just go sit on the three-point land. She just
Yeah,
gives
she
it to
can
you.
do it all.
She's
And
amazing.
she's a good rebounder, I guess.
What are you going to do without her next year?
Just we got to work harder, I guess.
'Kay.
Every single day.
It'll be Kaylee's job to do that next year.
Yeah.
She'll be your big girl in the paint.
Yep.
But Kaylee does everything too. So
Yeah. They do it all.
point guards at 5'11" and 6 foot. It's
Yep.
amazing. But you don't feel bad, right? You're only, it says 5'6" in the roster, but a point guard at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
Okay. You're fine with it.
Yep.
Well, it was a big win last night over the Castlewood Warriors. 15-4 for your season. We'll try to go 16-4.
Yes.
I'll ask you the same thing. What are you looking for against that Garrettson squad tomorrow night?
Just staying disciplined and knowing our game and playing to our ability and just getting the job done, I guess, and then focusing on postseason after that.
Coach
just-
Granham and I have talked about that a little bit of maybe not preparing for what they do, preparing yourselves to bring what you do to their team and then
Yeah.
having them react to that. Is that kind of a mentality you guys bring once in a while?
Yeah, just like starting in our pace and not slowing down to theirs, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Play your
yeah,
game
Just focusing on our game.
and make them adjust to you. I like that
Yeah.
mentality. I really do. It's a favorite mentality.
Yeah.
When you talk about some of the other teams in Class A that, are maybe already in their heads punching their ticket to a state tournament, that seems to be the mentality they bring in. I mean, we played Sioux Falls Christian, we played Dakota Valley, Hamlin this year, Siston, another one. Do you feel like that's the mentality that they bring to their games and we're just trying to catch up to that?
Yeah, I feel like every good team in the state, they just have that mindset of you're just going to go like put on the other team and just play as hard as you can and leave no regrets out there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what we need to do going into postseason.
Okay. Well, let's do that then. Let's go
Yeah.
beat up on Garrettson and go to the
Yeah.
postseason.
Yep.
All right, then. Well, Talia Vincent, thank you for visiting.
Thank you.
Congrats on 15-4. Let's try to go 16 tomorrow. That is our girls basketball side of things. We will try to bring up the boys whenever they want to show up. Are you jumping in the chair? Is it you? It's you. Sit in the chair. So does everyone else. Give me 5 minutes. You nerd? Cash Claire. Always fighting. Always fighting me. While Cash is looking for whatever we're doing, Bankstar Financial is our exclusive presenter for everything we do with Sioux Valley Athletics. With locations in Volga, Brookings, and Elkton, Bankstar provides big-time business with a small-town feel, and there is our head coach. There we found him. The head coach, Bill Vincent, sitting in the hot seat.
Thank you.
Coach, how we doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I am well. I still have whatever cough I have of whatever black plague is moving around the Brookings County area, so I'm fighting that off, but I'll be okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of places. A lot of people have it. It's running through the different teams, and at times you'd like to use it as an excuse, although we tell people not to use it, not to have excuses, but you can't because the other team probably has it as well.
Yeah,
anyhow,
right.
so that's off the map. You just got to prepare and do the best that you can, and same with your opponents.
It was a tough one last night. Well, maybe not a tough one, but that was a Castlewood Warriors team that's really good. They showed it in that fourth quarter. You hung with them right until the very end. They kind of took off in the last few minutes. What do we take from last night and move it into Garrettson? What do we
it's just
learn
fun
from that and move on with?
It's really fun to see the improvement that's moving through our team. It shined through. Kind of saw all aspects come together in that Parker game, which I thought was our most complete game that we'd played. And then we fight just 3.5 quarters of a real hard-fought game before we just kind of ran out of quarters, fouls. Yeah. The list goes on that way. And Castlewood stepped up, made some big shots, had some role players, hit some important shots for them down that stretch. But you know why we've been believing that we can compete with the best in the state by season's end, and you start to see that grow and build. At the same time, one more tall test and quiz, whatever you want to call your regular season games. A lot of times people say they're your tests or your quizzes along the way to getting ready for postseason, but we have that on Thursday at Garrettson.
Yeah, tomorrow night. We talked a little bit about it in the post-game show. Your seniors, Brock, who is sitting over there, Levi, who's sitting over there, Mav is roaming around here somewhere. We talked to him a little bit about last night. We'll just kind of repeat that. This is a totally different show. Those three had great nights in different ways last night. Talk about those three and their effort and what they've meant to your team.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Brock's our coach on the floor. He's our motor. He's our engine, if you will, that keeps us rolling. And he's such a competitor. That's what shines through the most to him. He's playing really well right now to go along with everything that he's already been doing. And now he's also got confidence in his shot and will knock it down anywhere. And is attacking the rim well.
20 points last night. Yeah,
I think he dropped 6 threes, had a career high. He's just really become a complete player. But what we love the most out of him is his competitiveness. So someday I hope he has the opportunity to be in the coaching saddle and have the coaching shoes on, or whatever you will, the whistle, whether that's football, basketball, whatever it is. But he really thinks like a coach out there.
Mm-hmm. Maverick Nelson, another one. Usually he is your kind of leading scorer. Castlewood held him in check last night, but he's still the ultimate leader for you out there as well. Just doing the other things that Mr. Grit doesn't do.
Yes. Mav's been in that lineup for years, it seems like, and has been around all those battles and stuff. He's accumulated 900, right at 900 career points. Mm-hmm. You just don't put up numbers like that if you're not an all-state caliber player, if you're not an all-conference performer. He's all of those. He's gone through the whole gamut of roles, meaning there was times he was guarding the best player in a state championship game to, hey, every set's run for you, you got to score for us at times. And last night and the last few nights, we've also given him big-time defensive assignments as well, and sometimes that takes away a little bit of the scoring mindset, but we have others that have stepped up and been able to contribute that way. We mentioned Brock, Carter Sapp's in that role right now as well, so it's allowed us to use Mav a little bit more defensively as well. So again, just the career that he's had has been outstanding, and everyone knows that he can score in multitudes of ways, whether that's knocking down a three-pointer on you or taking you off the bounce to the rim, getting an offensive putback, a steal and a layup, just kind of a complete player that way.
It seems like him and Brock, they've been in the big stage, and they've had big games in those moments. We'll try to bring that into the last game and then region play right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We know that we're close to peaking. Things are coming together. We're excited for postseason, but we got to keep ourselves in mind that we've got a Big East Conference game at Garrettson tomorrow night, and,
Yeah.
and we got to talk about them and get ready for them today at practice, because that's a good team, a hot team. They just won last night at Parker. They won in Elkton against a really good Elkton boys team, and kind of got up 10 points and controlled that game. So it wasn't just a fluke deal or anything like that. Just a good Garrettson team. They're right at 500 and been playing some really good basketball this season.
Your third senior, we get to talk about your emotional leader. He's
Yes.
kind of the spark plug, if you want to call him that. I keep calling him the Energizer Bunny. He's instant offense. That's his role when he comes onto the floor. For you guys, he's Leroy, Mr. Levi Loban. Talk about his impact on this squad.
Yeah, Coach Vanderwall tagged him as Leroy once upon a time, and that kind of stuck through his C-team career and stuff. But you're right. He's our spark off the bench. He can come in and knock it down. He understands the game extremely well. He's willing to give up individual accolades for team success. He thinks the game like a coach as well. But the things you guys don't get to see is you get to see him come in, make the big shot, the crazies get into the game, all that sort of stuff. But you don't get to see what he's doing behind the scenes, whether it's on the bench at game time, whether it's pumping people up at a practice, picking up someone who he sees their head hanging a little bit, or things like that. He's nonstop doing those things that make a complete team who they are, and so he's been a great joy for our program and for our team. And we can't thank those three seniors enough. What they've done, it's one gritty team that has improved a ton from day one to where we are now. It's probably our most improved team that we've had over our career, and you get there when you start to see it every day in practice. At the beginning of the year it was a here and there type of thing, and now it's like, okay, these guys are clicking and really have some things figured out. Where's our next game? Who can we go play next? That's the type of feel and confidence that it gives you as a staff, as a team. So that's kind of where these guys have taken us. They've been great leaders to the underclassmen.
I was just going to bring that up. You go deep on your bench now, but it is underclassmen that come in. Some of these guys are sophomores. Their first year of, regular playing time at a varsity level. Talk about just the development of some of these youngsters on the squad.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about it before, as our staff, that if you just look at the program, we don't necessarily look that young, but it was maybe more so court time.
Yeah.
It was juniors that had to wait their turn, seniors that had to wait their turn, sophomores that had to fit in with those guys to make the complete team. So more than anything, it was gaining some varsity court time and experience. It wasn't as if, hey, we got a lot of any freshmen on the roster or any junior high kids or anything like that. It was just, hey, they're here. And what we've seen happen is, at times it was like we would roll into somewhere and almost get bullied or get just out toughed or thick skinned, and now we have some toughness and some thick skinnedness, and
because of the development, because of the playing time, the experience that they've been getting out there.
Exactly. Whether that's mental toughness, physical toughness, all of those things have grown for this team, and those are the things that you need when the real season gets here. One of the
examples I'll show of this development, Carson Washi, one of the kids that comes in off the bench.
Absolutely, yep.
Beginning of the season, he was a little bit tentative to drive it to the hole, and you saw it last night, just like I did. He has no problem getting to the rack, couple of dribbles right to the rack, attacking that paint. That's a mentality that changes.
Another talented player, fearless, comes in there, and you're right. Those guys come in. The other thing, too, is just like role identification. Yeah. Like they know, okay, hey, tonight's big man's game. We're in a lead. We're battling, and all of a sudden, hey, tonight we're down 4 or 5 points, and we need to press. The kids have figured those things out as well. That hey, here's my role to the team and why, and they bring that excitement when it's their turn. When it's not their turn, they celebrate the other kids' success. And early in the season, that was hard for us to get through and get past, and it cost us some tough moments, and some things would snowball that way. And now they know that, okay, hey, be ready for my contributions to this team.
Garrettson tomorrow night. Then we'll go to the region play after that. I'm still not sure if I'll be in Garrettson with you guys. Dad's surgery tomorrow. I just don't know how that's going to go.
Yes.
I feel like I know how the surgery is going to go, but family-wise, logistically, I don't know how it's going to work.
Exactly. Yep.
So.
Yep, you've got to do you first tomorrow, and if you're not there, we know you'll have your Cossack spirit as well.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff, and our guys will go out there and do their thing against a good Garrettson team. They have the Weir kid, Beitner. They got some size inside, which they don't always have. They'll put four guards out on the floor, space the floor. They'll bring Aaron and an 8th grader, Buckholtz off the bench. They just got some really nice pieces to that team, and will pose some troubles for us.
Sounds like they can attack from different ways, just like your team can do at the same time. So, yeah,
Correct.
I'll be paying attention. I'll be watching.
Very good, and then like you say, it ends there, and then you prepare for postseason play, and postseason play could take us anywhere.
Yeah, right.
We could be anywhere from a 3 to a 6 seed, and we just aren't really that worried about it. We're worried about Garrettson in a Big East game to finish it off, and we know that in postseason everything kind of levels out in terms of everyone's in the same situation, whether it's a back-to-back or playing on the same nights. You have time to prep for your opponents and stuff, so we'll take whatever seed we get and be ready to go.
On the Sauls media front, I'll say this because part of it has to deal with your boy Tate.
Yep.
Sauls Media is going to have a dual live stream thing going on with our friends from Hill City.
Very cool.
The Hill City Cafe. We made friends with those through the volleyball
volleyball
season.
run, yep.
This is Landon Wiley and friends out at Hill
Very
City.
cool, yep.
So when Tate and his Custer girls play Hill City on Friday night, which is a reschedule because of the weather they had out in the hills, it'll be on Sauls Media. So you just have to tune in to the Jason Salzman channel. We're going to dual live stream that through whatever technology we figured out. Landon called me.
Landon will get it figured out, won't he? And that's a good learning curve.
There's a couple of boys games that we'll do on Saturday and Monday as well. This is Hill City against St. Thomas More, Hill City against Custer. So we're getting that Region 8 flair to the east side of South Dakota, so you can see what some of these guys are dealing with at the same moment. But yeah, just trying to get some extra, I don't know, subscribers, some extra viewers, some extra juice. I don't know.
Sauls Media continues to expand, and the state continues to shrink, it seems like, where you can just all of a sudden bring all of this to everyone. Technology is amazing, and I'm excited to see how that works out. So we'll be tuning in
Tate on Friday.
Friday for sure. Yeah,
oh, that'll be fun.
Absolutely. Saturday, Colin Vanderwall will be hosting the first ever FCA C team state end of year tournament, whatever they want it to grow in the years to come. They got 8 teams committed this year, but it's kind of the finale. All C teams can come to Volga for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes C team tournament. There's 8 teams committed this year. We'll use both gyms. We'll go all day Saturday. We'll play it out state tournament style bracket where all the teams will get 3 games. That will conclude our C team on Saturday.
Wow.
I think they're a 1-loss C team. So we're very, very proud of the season that they've once again put together and that Coach Vanderwall has done. Our JV will finish up tomorrow night. They took their first loss of the season last night against Castlewood. They kind of finding their new roles with the loss, the injury to Brett Milton, and Coach Carms and Coach Claire, Coach Vanderwall. Those guys have put together an outstanding JV team, and we just got a good feeder program going. Coach Cadwell and Coach Olson just finished up our 7th and 8th grade season with our 8th graders finishing back-to-back undefeated seasons
for 2 years. I was
high.
just going to bring that up, man. That's unbelievable.
So big shout out to our feeder program, and wish you the best of luck tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
I'll send you a text. It's not looking like I'll likely be in Garrettson, but if the fam can figure it out, then I'll be there. But
sounds good. We got some seniors over here for you to visit with.
That's good. Coach Carms there has got something for you here.
He's got the brackets for us in case we want to share that. So Sioux Valley will open up first against Elkton Lake Benton.
What time would that game start? Oh, boy.
Can you read that? I can't. I think 9 a.m. Does that say 9 a.m.?
That is pretty small, Carlos.
9 a.m. Can't quite get the zoom in going on it.
That's 9 a.m. S-Line Hendricks.
I'll let you figure that out, and I'll get the next senior lined up for you.
Okay. S-Line Hendricks and Hitchcock Tulare. That's also at 9 a.m. Iroquois Lake Preston and McCook Central Montrose. That'll start up at 10 a.m. And then Del Rapids and Dual at 10 a.m. And we'll just switch it out from gymnasium to gymnasium. That's kind of the deal? Yes. All right. 9 a.m. Saturday, a C tournament. You want to play in the C tournament? You want to?
I would gladly play. I'd love playing that.
Brock Christopherson joining the hot seat. Info on you. You're going to head to Madison and play some football. I think everyone knew that, but a little business management for you. That's where we're going to study. That's fantastic.
Yep.
That's cool, man. We talked a little bit last night after the game. It was a Castlewood game. They kind of ran away with it in that fourth quarter. It was close the whole way until the last few minutes. We take that and head down to Garrettson now.
Yeah, I'm excited. They're a good team, and we kind of knew that too. But they kind of struggled last night, which kind of surprised me. They're down a couple guys too, but yeah, I guess that's just kind of the big game of basketball. But people got to be able to step up. Just kind of like what's going on with us with Brett being hurt, and people are got to step up. And yeah, it's just kind of how it goes.
You were our Tropical Smoothie Cafe player of the game. It was a career high, is what Bill Vincent just said. Career high, 20 points last night. You had 5, 6 3-pointers last night. Kind of a different shooting night for you. You have shot threes, but making 6 of them in a game, that's fantastic, dude.
Yeah, they were just falling. Like the rim just looked huge. I guess everything was going in, and I just
kept a big old donut out there.
I'm not going to complain. I'll take many more nights like that if the rim's going to look like that.
Well, we'll see what happens at Garrettson.
Yeah.
But that was the final home game as far as the regular season goes. Talk about this Cossack Center that's behind us on the other side of the wall, and what it's meant to you, the Cossack Crazies, the community. What's that meant to you?
Just the whole community of Sioux Valley in general, not even just basketball. The whole community is great, but especially for basketball because we've been so great for so many years, and so just the community just really rallies around every team that comes through here. Whether even this year we're having a little more of a down year, but they're still rallying around.
Yeah,
it's not like they just don't come anymore just because we're not as good. Everyone comes around, everyone comes and supports, everyone cheers, and just it's almost like the home field advantage basically.
Yeah, right.
It's just so special here. The teams that come through Sioux Valley don't really lose at home much, and so that's just kind of one of the things that we take to pride, I guess. And so, yeah, just the Cossack Crazies just really bring the energy when we're at home.
You see the Crazies in a couple of different fashions because you've been on the football team for all these years as well, and that's always a big crowd on the football stadium. But you also run track. You see Cossack Crazies, alongside track meets as well. They must follow you around is the deal.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the parents they're the same parents too, so you get really close with them, and it just brings in really good memories with them and everyone in the community in general.
Well, it's a lot of fun, man. It was still a nice crowd in there last night. Just a tough loss is all.
Yeah.
We'll finish up the regular season with Garrettson, then head to region play after that. It's fun, man. It's been a lot of fun watching it play. It's not done by any means, but as far as a coach's show, this might be. We do this every 2 weeks. It'll be right in the middle of regions if we do this again for you. So I just want to get these things out before I don't have a chance to.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Your other 2 crazy seniors that you have, Levi, who is sitting over there waiting for us, and then Mav Nelson. Talk about those 2. What have they meant?
They've been around forever, and so,
You're all old men.
Yeah, I grew up with them, and so just being able to play with them my senior year, it's really special and been really fun. And, I don't really got anything to complain about because these guys are 2 great guys. So, yeah, I don't got much to say about them.
Lasting relationships forever and ever.
Yep.
That's the way seniors should be, you know?
Yep.
You don't want to just season done and then,
you
see
cut
you
them
later.
off. Don't want that.
Well, we're going to bring Levi up here quickly, so thanks for joining on.
Thanks, Salzy.
This is the senior gift today, so you get to pick whichever flavor you want. You get the Laughing Cow spread cheese. So we got the garlic herb, smoked Gouda, there's a jalapeno, and then spicy pepper jack. So you get whatever one you want.
You got any suggestions?
They're all good. If you like spicy things, that's what the
no.
jalapeno is. Stay away from the spicy pepper jack, so it's either Gouda or garlic.
I'll do the Gouda, thank you.
There you go. I'll take those from you. Brock Christopherson joining, and Levi Loban, the Energizer Bunny. Instant offense. They do call you Leroy as well, but Levi, thanks for joining the show, man. I'm going to ask you the same thing that I just asked Brock. Those 2 seniors that you get to finish off this career with, talk about those 2 and what they've meant to you.
They just I just can't imagine not being on a team with them. They're just great guys, great mentors for me, just to push me through whatever I need, just be there.
You're the emotional leader, not only on the bench, but in the locker room, at practice, and especially when you get on the floor, because I saw it twice last night, man. When you make threes and give the 3, finger sign to the student section, they explode as well. Talk to me about that emotion that happens right there.
It just, every time I make a 3, I just want to engage the crowd, make them happy, and just
get them going, right?
Just see the crowd erupt. It's so fun just to see that.
It is fun, and it does get noisy in there. Those Cossack
Yeah.
crazies, they do react, which is a lot of fun. A tough loss last night, Castlewood. It's Garrettson tomorrow. That ends the regular season. Then we're off to region play. So just talk about the season, this senior year that you've had, some bright moments that you had, and what you're looking forward to finish this thing off.
The bright season, like, just seeing the development. I keep saying this, development. Everyone just, like, from the start, not a lot of people had confidence, and now just seeing that confidence, like Carter Sapp just driving in, even against it, like Lowry, just seeing how he had he just not fit.
We talked about it last night because you drove in on Lowry last night. Now, this is the 6'9" center. He's an all-state center. You drove right in on him and shot it over him twice last night. Didn't scare you at all, apparently. He's just in the paint. It's just another obstacle for you.
Yeah.
That's
Just
awesome.
gotta find a way to cruise by him.
That's the mentality you got to take, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. The senior gift today is one of the Laughing Cow spreading cheeses. You get whatever flavor you want, man.
Oh boy.
Yeah. A couple of spicy ones there, and then there's the garlic and herb. So whatever one you want. All of our seniors are getting a gift today.
I don't know.
It's up to you, whatever one you want.
I think I'm gonna take the garlic.
Okay. Levi Loban, thanks for joining the show. We got one more senior to get through. Maverick Nelson. Hobbling up. You're not hobbling, are you? You're not limping by any means. You're just slow off the chair is all. I'll hand that to you. Maverick Nelson. One regular season game to go.
I know.
Garrettson tomorrow night, man.
It's been going by fast.
It is.
It's crazy.
I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked those two. Levi, part of your senior crew. Brock, part of your senior crew. Talk about those two dudes, what they've meant to your game and how they've impacted you and how you play.
It's just kind of been a blessing growing up with these guys, playing with these guys, and it's a cool thing as you can. It's not really all about basketball in some ways too. It's like you come to practice every day and then you have fun with these guys. So it's been a ride. So middle school, all throughout everything, it's been really good.
We chatted at a practice maybe a month and a half ago, and I think it was McCade, your brother, that was in that conversation as well, like taking advantage of every moment. Not what's the word I want to? Just taking advantage of every opportunity and not missing out on anything. Don't take anything for granted type of situation. That was a month and a half ago, my man.
Oh, 100%.
And here we are.
Yeah, it's really crazy because like just growing up, basketball's kind of meant everything to me, honestly. From waking up in the morning when I was just a little kid, shooting some hoops in the garage with my mom. My mom was a coach when I was younger, so it's just kind of been a full circle. And then I moved to Sioux Valley my 8th grade year from Miller, and then got to play with my first cousin, Alec, for a couple years, and now I get to play with my brother and first cousin this year. So it's just really cool to see, and like you said, like my parents like to see it too. So, and obviously my aunt too and uncle. So
is there any coaching for you in the future? You want to be a coach down the road?
I'm not really sure, honestly. I don't know.
I think Bill is going to try to rock Brock into being a coach. Maybe that a football side of things as well. But
that dude's always on film, so it wouldn't surprise me. He's a film junkie, so yeah, I could definitely see that for him in the future.
Well, maybe you too. You know, it seems like there's always a spot open on the old Bill Vincent bench. So maybe you can start there and see where it goes.
I don't know. I think we'll see. Maybe.
One regular season game left, the Garrettson Blue Dragons. What are you preparing for with Garrettson? They are going to bring a press. Mm-hmm. They like to play a zone at the same time. They like to pressure at different spots. They like to attack from different areas. What are you looking for?
Yeah, for sure. They're going to bring a lot of different defensive looks at us, and we just got to be prepared for that. And like you said, they're a pretty good team. Like they went into Elkton the other day and beat them. So and Elkton's having a really great year, and they're just a really fast young team and. Like they're not too big, but I mean they're scrappy and they know how to play the game of basketball. So
it's a Big East opponent, so
yeah,
big
time.
Nothing should surprise.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
Do you got any good Garrettson stories from the years past? We asked this about what team was it? Maybe a month ago. I asked you that same question. You got any memories of this? You got any things that I think it was DeSmit we were talking about? Maybe
it was. I can't remember which team it was, but I remember you asking me that. I think it was Baltic, actually.
Was it? Okay.
Maybe. I can't remember. But
we could have been talking about...
No, it was Flandreau. It was Flandreau. I remember that, yeah.
We might have been talking about your first varsity point, and that was Baltic.
Yep.
You got any Garrettson stories? You got any Blue Dragon memories through your high school career here?
To be honest...
You just win all the time? Didn't have any?
Yeah, it's been... Yeah, I mean... been, yeah. There hasn't been many close games, and not saying that like in a rude way or anything like that, but like
yeah, you've had some pretty good squads yourself. I mean, you've been part of state tournament run after state tournament run. Runner-up, consolation.
It's been awesome.
The trophies are right behind us.
I know.
They're right here.
It's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy, and it's a lot of fun, and I'll never forget it. So
yeah,
glad to be part of those teams.
One more regular season game, then we're off to regions. We'll see how it shakes out as far as where and when and how, or maybe even a game here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna be ready to go, whether it's here, there, whatever. We're gonna be ready to go. So.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I hope to see you in Garrettson tomorrow. You get pick of the litter as far as the last two there.
I'm gonna go with the pepper jack. I'm a bit of a spicy guy, so I like it. Perfect.
I'll take
Appreciate
that set from you. Thanks, Mav. That is our coaches show for today, as both the boys and the girls split with Garrettson last night. So we prepare ourselves for a doubleheader tomorrow night against the Garrettson Blue Dragons on the road, as last night was the last game in the Cossack Center for the regular season. Hoping that some more home games show up, and we'll just see how it plays out. That's about all we can do right now. Region play for the girls starts up next week. We'll wait another week for the boys' side for their region play to start up, but going to be a good one tomorrow night in Garrettson. If you can make it, get down to Garrettson. The weather should improve slightly by the time tomorrow afternoon shows up, and then it sounds like this weekend we get back to normal temperatures. How's that? Normal as far as late winter goes. Pre-spring temperatures. How's that? But these last 3 days has been absolutely brutal. When you wake up and it's 20 below outside as the air temperature, that's not right. I don't like that. We're going to run through our sponsor list one more time as we thank all of our sponsors for all that we do here. Bankstar Financial, our exclusive presenter for everything that we do with Sioux Valley Athletics. Bball Brands, also makers of the Laughing Cow cheese. Proud sponsor as well. That's my employer on a regular basis. So thank you, Bball Brands, for being a sponsor of this. CC's Bar and Grill, downtown Volga. Head on down there. Try the Chislick. It's fantastic. Burgers, chicken, everything you need. GP Auto on the east side of Brookings for all your car repair needs. Health Source Chiropractic sponsoring the halftime show. Just an absolutely incredible deal there. So thank you to Health Source. We'll do that again next year for sure. Precision Risk Management. Shorty's Hot Box Food Truck, and then Tropical Smoothie, man. We gave away 2 more smoothies last night. Amari Ward, who was the girls' side winner of the player of the game, said she had that smoothie already today. So it's working, and we'll do it again next year. That's fantastic. We're also going to send a shout-out to Back Alley Meats. Thanks, Coach Vincent. Back Alley Meats right here in downtown Volga. Buster's Auto Brokers in Mitchell, right on the corner, right on the price. Also proud sponsors. We want to thank Nick's Hamburgers. We want to thank Jimmy John's, the Man Cave Barbershop, and Turf Guard Lawn Service. All proud sponsors of these Sioux Valley Athletic events. How's that? And these Sauls Media broadcasts. It's been absolutely incredible. This has been a different time for my family. Dad is in some health problems right now. He's got a surgery planned for tomorrow. That means that I probably will not be in Garrettson to call it tomorrow night, as we focus on family things and make sure he's okay out of that surgery. I want to be in Garrettson, and I feel like the surgery is going to be done, and he'll be back in his room recovering, but logistically with the rest of my family, I just don't know how we're going to pull getting Mom home safely, making sure she's in the right frame of mind at 80 years old, and getting me back to Garrettson, or, just logistically, I don't know how we're going to pull it off. So, I hope to be in Garrettson, but it is doubtful at the moment just because of family obligations. But it's been a lot of fun this season. The regular season ends tomorrow night. We'll go to the postseason play, starting with the girls next week, and then a week later with the boys' side. So it's been absolutely incredible. Thank you to all of the Cossack crazies who have reached out and shown support. It's been a lot of fun. We started this in the volleyball season, chasing the volleyball team all the way to Phillip in a Sodak 16 matchup. The epic marathon victory in Phillip to send them off to a state tournament in Sioux Falls. We added some football games to that. I chased around the Elkton Lake Benton football team for as much as I could through their playoffs as well. And then we fired it up in the basketball season. And, with every broadcast, we learned more. We learned something else. Something else happened. We adjusted to this. I had to get a MiFi device to make sure that we didn't run out of just juice, really, just power to send the signal out. So now we don't have to worry about that. One thing after another. And this is what led us to right here to the coaches show that is, through the basketball season, it's been every other Wednesday. That's when I have my Wednesdays off from Bell Brands. I wish we could do it every week, but, you start getting outside of Wednesday afternoon where they get out of school early. You have this, couple hours in between school and practice. It's a perfect time to do it. I wish we could do it every Wednesday, but at the moment, that's just not possible. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I hope these are entertaining, if nothing else. That's kind of the whole point. I mean, we've turned this kind of into a TV show. Hi, Leah. We've turned this kind of into a TV show. It's meant to entertain. So the games are one thing, but you do a coach's show like this in a high school setting, you get reactions from the senior athletes, or the student athletes, I guess I should say. You get the ideas of what the coaches have, of what they're thinking, what they're preparing for. Just another wrinkle that we can throw out there. So I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following along. Garrettson tomorrow night. Get yourself to Garrettson. If you can't, I hope to be the live stream provider, but it is doubtful at the moment. I'm pretty sure Garrettson has a live feed that you can join on there. Other than that, man, let's get ready for postseason play on the girls' side. Regions start up next week. Also, on Saul's Media, we've added Tate Vincent's game for Friday night. That is a reschedule out west. His Custer Wildcats taking on Hill City. You can see that on the Saul's Media page on Friday night. Saturday, it'll be Hill City on the boys' side against St. Thomas More. And then we're also doing a Monday night with Hill City against Custer. And all doing like a dual live stream with the Hill City side of things onto Saul's Media. Just trying to get more energy, more subscribers, more video watchers, more something. Just keep trying to improve, keep trying to get better. I don't have to do anything to those. We've already taken the live stream key and added that, exchanged that back and forth. It's just going to go live. It's scheduled on Saul's Media Friday night, Saturday night, and now Monday night. So we'll see the Hill City Rangers. We'll see Tate Vincent and his Custer Wildcats all on Saul's Media here. So pay attention to those and follow along. View all you want to. Enjoy it. And if I'm not in Garrettson tomorrow night, we'll be back live with the Sioux Valley girls as they go through region play next week. Thanks for tuning in.